Hello, 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 hello. I am Shar. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come back to you guys and talk a little briefly about stuff. I am drinking tea today. Tea tends to be, I don't know, a soother, a relaxer of your brain, just overall mentally. And it is hot. Mm, So good. This is a Tivana tea. It is decaffeinated, because I don't need, Lord knows, I don't need any more caffeine. Even though I have cut down on drinking coffee a great deal. I used to drink coffee every day, every morning, sometimes 2 cups a morning, while I'm working. And they would be caffeinated. And then I'll probably get iced coffees on the weekends. And I had been doing that for a year. So I pretty much don't even drink coffee that much anymore, because I've been on a smoothie kick. Like, I make a smoothie every morning, and I've been doing that probably for the last 3 months. So, it's amazing. I amaze myself sometimes because I get on these kicks, and I really never in a million years thought I would really kick the coffee thing. Like, that was my thing. I did the Starbucks. I didn't do Tim Hortons too much because they just weren't anything like Starbucks. But, that was my thing. And I'm just amazed that I got off of coffee, even though I still love coffee. But I don't really have a desire to drink it every day like I was doing before for whatever reasons why. I guess that's a blessing. Um, because the last mammogram that I got, she mentioned to kind of stay away from so much coffee, so much. But anyway, I did want to come and discuss some things that is just tripping me out. You guys as celebrities, you guys as public figures, again, never cease to amaze. Now, um, I want to start off by talking about your president. I just want to say, like, what's wrong? What is wrong with him? Like, I really believe the elevator is not going all the way up to the top, or as my older neighbor, it was an older woman that lived on my street when I grew up, she used to always say, a few bubbles short of a martini. And that's what I think your president is. I think he's a few bubbles short of a martini. Like, this man talked junk about COVID like it wasn't real, like it wasn't that important. Now, I don't know if it's a gift or a curse, but he ends up with COVID-19, and all the minions, press secretaries, all these other people, all these other staffers, as including his family, including his wife, sons, they all got it. I mean, they was going to, what do you call that? They were going to debates and all that stuff, trying to make a statement and not wear masks, and now they all got COVID. Hello, can you spell karma? Crazy. And then he gets out of the hospital, can barely breathe, taking short, quick gasp of air every, in between him talking, takes off the mask, comes up in the limo waving. Like, it's almost like a scene from The Bachelor or something. I don't know. It's just craziness going on in the world right now. It's out cold right now. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, just pray. Pray for us. Pray for our country. For real. But anyway, I wanted to talk really quick about somebody new that I've seen in the news. Her name is Jagger Wright. Do you guys know her? Like, do you guys know her? I don't know her. I've never heard of her. She's new. Well, she's not new. I take that back. She's been around for years. Like, don't call it a comeback, okay? She's been here for years. um, she was a part of this old school neo soul group. Not a group, but she was a part of that group of people, that genre, I guess, of people came out a while ago, maybe 10 years or so ago, maybe 20, I don't, maybe 20, between 10 and 20 years ago, back in the 90s, when they were discovering Jill Scott and the Roots, this group called the Roots. It was a rap group, really great rap group. They don't do gangster, they don't do what the typical rap is. It's almost like jazz, because they have like this hell of a jazz sound and band behind them. They got a drummer and all that stuff. If you don't know who the Roots are, if you're a little young or whatever, you can check the Roots out on Jimmy Fallon show, which is the Tonight Show. They are his they're the music. They supply the music. The live band is the Roots, which they are dope, I must say. Mm. Anyway, Jagger Wright. She has been around the block quite a few times. She seems a little uncouth to me. She seems like she may also be um, a little short of a martini, a little bit, a few bubbles. I believe she's on point about things, and I believe her truth is her truth. However, it seems like it's a little bit mixed up with bitterness, jealousy, um, maybe disheveledness, because she's a little batty because of the things that she's endured and things that she's endured and seen and lived through, and you know what I mean, which can give you a really, really vile sense of reality. Mm. So, Jagger Wright. Apparently, she was an up and coming singer. She's in the realm of, I would say, Jill Scott, people like Lettucey, like that. And she is a great singer. I've done some research on her, not much. I haven't, because you know me and research, like, whatever. I do a little spot checking here and there. I try to make sure that it's correct and accurate and stuff like that, but I didn't do much. Okay, so I don't know her complete and total whole backstory. However, I do know that, like I said, she was out about 10 to 20 years ago, and she's a singer. And I've listened to some of her videos and looked at them. She can sing. She does put you in the mind of like I said, I keep saying Jill Scott, because she does put you in a mindset of a Jill Scott with her style of singing. And she does have a good voice. However, I think I happen to like Jill's voice is a tad bit better. Sorry, Jagger, but she seems to be a really good singer. But you know what, with the right composition, the right producing, the right music behind her, but don't get me wrong, the lady can blow. The lady can blow. But anyway, in my opinion, come out of nowhere, you know, even though she has been around. I believe she just recently got out of jail. Not recently, but she got out of jail 2 years ago. And I think it was for kidnapping of her own child from her ex-husband, whom she says is basically unfit. And why is he unfit? I don't know. But she's been around. She's been around the industry. She's seen the dirt. She's seen the trick ponies. She's seen the lies. She's seen the deceitfulness, the dishonestness. She's seen the nastiness. She's seen the private rooms, the secret rooms. She's seen it all, and she got some stories to tell. And you can tell that she's seen a lot. Like I said, a lot of what she says seems to be accurate and truthful, and then some of the things that she explains seems to be a little bit of bitterness and jealousy. That's what I get out of it. When she talks about Jill Scott, she mentions that Jill Scott is a liar, a hoe. Excuse my language. These are her words. She takes and runs off with people's men. She's always messing around with someone's man. Jill Scott's sound and image is pretty much her sound and image that was taken from her as well. And she might be saying that because she feels that she initially got on before Jill, meaning she probably got a contract with a record label or whatever before Jill Scott. So when Jill Scott came out after her, she's doing everything that she wanted to do. However, her career, for whatever reasons why it didn't jump off. I don't know why. Like I said, I didn't really research her that much in depth. Um, but she talks about Clive Davis. She hates him. She says he's a devil, as a lot of people do. A lot of people from the industry. Um, Andre Harrell, she said he's a rat. She talks about Diddy. She says Diddy is a rat. She says he is gay, bisexual, which, that's been spinning around and around and around in the rumor mill, or on the rumor mill, for years now. You know, that video vixen girl, Corrine Steffens, talked about it years and years ago. She had in her book where she says she was in some smoky gay club, dark smoky gay club, and seen Diddy in there. Who knows? We don't know if that's true. We never knew if that was true. But I just know that the rumor mill has spoke about Diddy possibly being gay, allegedly, for years. Do we know it's true? No, we don't. Will we ever know that it's true or not? Maybe. Nobody knows. Mm. But she just talks about all his underhandedness and his deceitfulness, his a lot of conspiracy theories about Biggie and what happened to him. A lot of conspiracy theories about his ex, well, not ex baby mama, but his baby mama, Kim Porter, that recently died a little while ago. How she was living the life, comfortable. And then when he moved to LA, which is where she lived in Calabasas, house bought by him, because she does have 3 children with him. Christian and the 2 twin girls. I think it's Jessie. I can't think of the other girl's name, but 3 kids she has by him. And I believe he adopted her other son, which is Quincy, which she had by an old singer by the name of Albie Shore, I believe. So they said she was living comfortably and all that. And then when he moved to LA, things changed. All of a sudden, she up and dies from what, I don't know. I still don't know what Kim Porter died of. I believe they say complications, flu-like symptoms, pneumonia type thing. I don't know. May she rest in peace. But anyway, yeah, she just talks on and on about how he's evil and deceitful, and anyone that's been under his tutelage has not prospered. What I do wonder, though, is the relationship between him and Cassie. What the hell was that about? Like, she's a beautiful young girl. I mean, initially I get it. Like, she's a beautiful young girl who ended up getting an older man that happened to be Diddy, that happens to be rich. So that's a win-win plus plus for her, right? Because she got this old guy that kind of is in love with her, or at least admires her beauty, her youth, her body, her face. And that's really what I believe. I don't believe it was a real relationship, or at least I don't believe there was real love there. It was kind of just like unsaid that you're going to take care of me and buy me lavish things. And that's pretty much what he did for her for years. And she kind of grew up with him a little bit, kind of put her on a little bit in movies and things like that, videos. He had her being a trendsetter of sorts. But it just kind of abruptly ended right before Kim Porter died. They broke up, like maybe months before, maybe even a few weeks before, I'm not sure. And then a few days after Kim Porter died, there were pictures that surfaced on the internet with them 2 together. Weird. I don't know. But anyway, I guess because they had been in a relationship that amount of time, it's kind of normal to maybe reach out to that person that you have been dating for quite a while. So maybe not so weird, but I don't know. I just never understood that relationship that much. It was kind of weird to me. Mm. But anyway, so Jagger, yeah, she goes on. She talks about Mary J. Blige like a dog. She says this woman is the devil. She's untalented. She's a minion. She's a monkey. You know, she still got to work hard to pay her ex-husband, which she does. She does have to pay her ex-husband. So, you know, ain't no retiring for her right now. She got to shell out $30,000 a month to this man. For what? I don't know, when he's the one that cheated. You know, and she said that if Diddy and everybody really cared about her, Diddy would have just threw him some money and got him off her back, and she could have relaxed. But now she got to hustle, be on these stages, do these tours, dancing all stiff, which I kind of like her dance because it represents her to me. But to each his own on that. But yeah, so she basically says that, you know, now she got to hustle. You know, she managed to get her a part on Power Book or Ghost Book, Power Book, whatever it's called. And so she was wondering, you know, roughly how much was she getting paid. You know what I mean? Because she's saying that she's pretty much had to get this job, extra money, so she can shell out this 30 G's to him, Kendu, which is her ex, every month. So yeah, this woman is kind of, she's real, but like I said, a lot of it I think is like kind of bitterness. Like she goes off and goes in on Alicia Keys, called her a butch. Is it true? I don't know. Have I noticed Alicia Keys' mannerisms and just how she carries herself a little bit over the years? Yes. But you know, did I think she was gay? I mean, you know, lesbian? No, I don't know. But I did notice she was kind of boyish some at times. I did. And then when she decided to just go naked in terms of no makeup, I was like, why? You know what I mean? Because she does have bad skin. Like she may not be able to go, you know, completely bare on her skin because she's one of those people that have terrible skin. But whatever. Anyway, yeah, she goes in. She talks about Tevin Campbell, which is this old singer from years ago. A lot of people may not have heard of him, but he was a child singer, and then he grew up, and then you know the record deal stopped, and she said that he ended up having to sell his body on Hollywood Boulevard somewhere for drugs and change. Are these things true? I don't know. Allegedly, this is what she says, not me. Google him, Tevin Campbell. He I think he did have a good voice. You know, I don't remember him that much. I remember the name, but I don't remember them that much. But I Googled him and listened to a couple of his songs. You know, as a kid, as a young man, he seemed like he did have a great voice. Don't know about now. But anyway, let's pray for her because I don't know. She barking up a lot of the wrong trees, just like that Corinne Steffens did years ago with that book when she was pretty much kissing and telling on everybody. You know, you could be asking for a lot when you do that. Like she's have to watch her back. But she says she's always sitting on ready with her weapon. So let's hope she can shoot first. You know what I mean? If someone comes for her. Because when you get to talking about these people and these dark secrets that they don't want people to know about, trouble could be coming your way. So just keep an eye out on that. What else did I want to talk about? I also wanted to talk about this issue with the DJ Vlad. He is I guess it's DJ in front of his name, so I guess at some point he was a radio personality, a radio DJ, I guess. Is that why they have DJ in front of his name? I'm not really sure. I don't know that much about him either, but I know he's a white Jewish guy named DJ Vlad. I'm assuming he was a DJ at some point on the radio, and then he turned to social media to extend his career. He has I don't know if you call it a podcast or a online video show where he interviews people. He interviews a lot of people from the culture, the hip hop culture. A lot of black people go to his platform to be interviewed. And for a long time, this was like the interview to get with DJ Vlad, white Jewish guy. I personally never understood that. Like, why is everybody beating down the internet to go sit and talk with this white guy? There's nothing wrong with being white. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being Jewish. But is he a part of the culture? Like, meaning when you say, is he a part of the culture? Did he grow up with hip hop? And I'm sure when he was younger, because he's an older guy, he's probably like 50 something, the way that he looks. He could be younger, but I doubt it. But according to how he looks like he's up there, like he's about 50 something. So I'm almost sure, and by him being white and Jewish, that he probably didn't dabble with any hip hop back in the day. So how he get to be the be all of hip hop where everybody got to be down on the internet to go do an interview, sit down with him. I don't know, but he solidified that position. He put himself in that position and he solidified it. And it was like that for years. Like he has talked to so many people, like, and some really really heavy hitter names. I don't think he's ever interviewed Jay-Z though. I don't think, but yeah. So everybody would go see DJ Vlad, and I think I talked about this in one of my videos a while back. Like how did he get there? Like how did he get the position that all these who's who of the industry, of the hip hop industry, just gotta sit here and talk to this guy? Like, where is the black representation of that? Like, it's so many black people that are YouTubers, that are part of the culture, part of hip hop culture, that's been in the industry, that maybe have been a DJ themselves or a producer, or they wrote hooks, or whatever, that also have internet platforms, and they're not on that level in terms of people are not beating down the internet to go sit with them, and they are a part of the culture. Like, they did grow up listening to hip hop, you know what I mean? It eluded me. It was crazy, but anyway, not so long ago there was a comment made by DJ Vlad about the Louis Farrakhan. um I don't know what the comment was, to be honest, because I just didn't even care. Like, I didn't even really want to know what he said. But whatever it is, it was offensive. And he didn't want to apologize about it. He didn't want to apologize for it. Pretty much his stance was is that he doesn't really need to apologize because it wasn't that big of a deal, to my understanding. So now everybody's in an uproar. That's a part of that culture. There is another old school rapper by the name of Lord Jamar that always sat on his show, always sat on his platform. DJ Vlad always called him back to the show to assist him with commentary on a regular basis, and which I've watched Lord Jamar on Vlad before, and I do enjoy him on the show, which because he gives a really raw and a real life representation of the culture and his views. Vlad, I don't know what he'd be talking about. He'd be always on something different. But anyway, um, Lord Jamar also wanted or encouraged Vlad to apologize. He wouldn't. There were some other figures involved. Someone by the name of Maishan. I think he's just someone that's a part of the culture. I think he's Muslim. And, he had his views, obviously, by him being Muslim. And I don't know, it's just a big mess. You have other people speaking out about it. A rapper by the name of Royce the 5'9". He's out of Detroit. he had some really serious views. I watched a YouTube video of him discussing it with the My Sean guy, or My Son, I can't pronounce it or whatever. Um, so yeah, whatever it was, he didn't want to apologize, and he didn't. So now, when you go out to the internet, especially YouTube, primarily YouTube, when you go out there now, you see a lot of, if you bring up like hip hop or DJ Vlad or whatever, you'll start to see now a lot that DJ Vlad is canceled, right? Like you're seeing that a lot now. Like now, there's the mindset that us as a culture, as a race, the hip hop community, is going to try to band together now and stick together and support, just like how they had the movement for supporting black businesses and black owned businesses. Now it's supposed to be a conscious effort now for, other people of the culture, hip hop culture, to, stick together and band together to, uplift and encourage these platforms, as they did with DJ Vlad, which it makes sense, and it shouldn't have taken this long to happen. Like I said, I don't understand how he became the be all of interviews anyway. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It shouldn't have taken this, and it shouldn't have taken so long for this to happen. No, last night I was looking at, because I guess Lord Jamar also has his own podcast that he had been working on and building up. And he's on there with two other people. It's a lady, she's a rapper too from back in the day. I can't think of her name. And that comedian, he is, I believe he's Nigerian. Lord Godfrey. I think that's his name. It may not be Lord in front of his name either. I'm not sure. But Godfrey, Lord Jamar, and the woman, they have this podcast, and they sequestered Dame Dash to be a part of their podcast, and he agreed, and he came on the show, and they had an amazing podcast, an amazing show, because Dame Dash is a lot of things, right? He's, to some people, obnoxious, ignorant, stubborn, a fuck up, and broke. Those are the main 5 things I always hear about him. But, people actually sleep on him because that man is really, really smart. Like, if you sit there and listen to him talk, especially about like business and stuff, the man is really, really smart. And people sleep on how smart he is, to be totally honest with you. And, I'm certain that Rockefeller Records would have never been what they were had not Dame been a part of it. And that's facts. Because, Jay-Z don't have his business sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jay-Z is a good rapper, but he doesn't have Dame business sense. And to run a label, which is a business, that's what you need. Jay was pretty much, and I'm not saying Jay didn't have any administrative, duties, but he was pretty much the artist on the label, and then Dame was the actual runner of the business, along with some other guy. I can't think of the other guy's name. So it was like basically 3 of them, 2 business people, and 1 entertainer, which was Jay. But yeah, so I was listening to it, and he's really insightful, and he's really smart. Like, people really, really sleep on him, and I'm not sure why. Like, all these years later, he somehow managed to come up, still make movies, still make projects. Now, I mean, are these projects making tons and tons and tons of money? Maybe not. I don't know. But, he's still doing it his way, and he's still running things. They're still his projects, and he's doing it all himself. He may end up being the next Tyler Perry. Who knows? Tyler Perry can do it. I'm sure Dame can do it. However, because of Dame and his attitude and the stigma that he's acquired over the years, a lot of people don't want to work with him. So I think that's what hinders him because of capital. Um, but you just never know. He could hit the lottery. He could find money under a tree. I don't know, but anything can happen in 2020. We know that anything can happen. So he may end up being the next Tyler Perry. Who knows? But he was just encouraging the guys on Laura Jamar and the woman on Laura Jamar's show that, or the podcast rather, that they all need to stick together and just as a culture and as a people that everybody needs to stick together. And he didn't mention canceling Vlad TV or anything, but that's the consensus going forward. So we will see who all still obliges DJ Vlad and still goes on his show. I mean, I guess if you want to go on his show, you can go on his show, but definitely stop by some of these other platforms from these other people that are black, that are a part of the culture. Why just go there? You know what I mean? Like, why would you put one over the other? Now that it's been known that and publicly said that we are going to start trying to support one another, which, like I said, it should have been happened. So I hope that does happen, and we'll see. We'll see if DJ Vlad is actually canceled, but I think that's it for today. That's all I wanted to talk about. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back. Bye.